just like that, it feels like the season is over. And I guess technically you still have like a 1, maybe 2% chance to make the playoffs. So statistically and mathematically, you're not out. You're down, but you're not out. Sure, it feels like you're out, though. Welcome into Saints Now by Chat Sports. My name is Trace Girouard. Thank you so much for tuning in. No matter where you are, how you're watching, Who Dat Nation. It was a tough game, but we appreciate you for tuning into this recap and this post-game show. Final score, 21-14. Although the scoreboard is a little bit closer than what you would expect if you watch the game, it was an absolute bloodbath. And the Saints' run defense did not exist. Derek Carr just wasn't playing great football, in my personal opinion. Kyren Williams had a great day, 100 yards on the ground with a touchdown. Matthew Stafford did a good job protecting the football. He wasn't amazing today, for the record. Only 183 yards. Not very accurate. He was overthrowing a lot of passes. Receivers making a lot of plays. Puka Nacua had a couple diving catches. He had a touchdown on the day. Derek Carr, like I said, he protected the ball well. I'm uninspired, man. I'm tired of watching it. I'm tired of Derek Carr football. I'm ready for the next chapter. It just sucks that we have to finish out the season with it. Alvin Kamara did cross over 100 yards today, which is really, really good news. It is now his 11th career 100-yard game, which includes 3 this season, and it ties him for 5th in franchise history with Ruben Mays. So shout out to Alvin Kamara for continuing to be a workhorse. Taysom Hill, 5 receptions, 37 yards, 0 touchdowns. We have an injury update on Taysom Hill here in just one moment, but in case you guys didn't know, he was carted off the field with a knee injury. We'll talk about it in just a second, but let's keep looking at the numbers. Offensively, the Saints, again, you had more yards, but it felt like the offense just could not get the thing going. They stalled a lot of drives at the 50. There was a lot of times where once you got to midfield, you just couldn't move an inch. Penalties weren't much of an issue, but there were a lot of timely penalties. There's a handful of calls that just didn't get called. Where have I heard this one? The Rams getting a no call in the Superdome. I mean, feels like we see it every chance they get the opportunity to do it at this point. Taysom Hill, like I said, injury update around him. He was carted off the field with a knee injury in the fourth quarter. He was listed as doubtful to return. Obviously, did not return back to gameplay after that. If there is anything around Taysom Hill, if there's any updates, we'll be sure to give you guys a video. We'll be sure to keep you informed. But obviously, this is scary news for Taysom Hill. He's a very good football player. He's been pretty much the spark on the offense. He wasn't very productive today. The Rams, to their credit, did a really good job of keeping him locked down. In terms of the rushing yards, 5 carries for 10 yards. And in terms of his receiving, 5 catches for 37 yards. So, Taysom Hill, limited day. His impact, though, wasn't just statistic. Wasn't just stats. He was making blocks. He was lining up, taking a lot of snaps. I mean, Taysom Hill was the reason that the offense was at all able to find any success. So, we want to do nothing but show him love. We want to do nothing but show him support, show this team support. Injuries continue to just derail this team. Injuries continue to just absolutely hurt this squad and, ruin a good thing here. And unfortunately, another one bites the dust with an injury with the New Orleans Saints. Taysom Hill, show him some love. Type his jersey number down in the comment section right now because it sucks, man. I'm just tired of the injuries. But Alvin Kamara, he did have a solid day, 23 carries, 112 yards. He only had a long of 13. I wish we could have seen a little bit more from him. But especially in the receiving game, I thought Alvin Kamara was effective, but he had a couple of drops. Some of those passes were behind him. Some of them were just off target. 4 receptions on 6 targets. He had 7 receiving yards. Listen to this. He had 7 receiving yards and a long of 8 yards. So he lost yards on multiple receiving plays. Just obviously not ideal. I want to talk about MVS here in a moment, but before we do, although this game day was not ideal and it did not go the way that we wanted it to as Saints fans, I still had some fun, and I was able to salvage my Sunday with Prize Picks. It's the best place to get real money sports action, and you can now win up to 100x your money on Prize Picks with as little as 4 correct selections. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. So for today's lineup, I thought Chase Young was going to have a big day. I needed Chase Young to get a sack. There's multiple opportunities for him to get close to that. He just never quite got there today, so obviously missed there. I've also, I I went with the more on Alvin Kamara's receiving stats. That didn't go well. And Cooper Kupp, I needed him to find the end zone once. That didn't happen. So, good job, Trizzy. I would not suggest tailing my picks. I would suggest fading my picks. But I also made some picks for Sunday Night Football tonight. I made some picks for Thanksgiving. I was able to make a few bucks. So, throughout the week, I am still ahead. And obviously, Prize Picks does have a really good injury insurance policy. If a player that is in your lineup gets hurt in the first half, your lineup will stay in play even if he gets hurt and doesn't return. Prize Picks is here to keep your lineups alive and help you win money. So download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS. You get $50 instantly when you play $5. It's code CLNS to get Prize Picks on the app to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks. Run your game. All right, Matthew Stafford, like I said, not that great of a day. He wasn't anything super duper special. Did a good job avoiding a few sacks, but when it came down to it, the Rams offense ran through Kyren Williams. Blake Corum also had a really good day at 8 carries for 42 yards. So Kyren Williams, another Saints running back, or another running back that gets 100+ yards against the Saints. Just, it's getting old, man. Getting really tired of it. Puka Nacua, he was good today. I mean, I was telling our producer Tex today, before the watch party, I said if I could just cherry pick anybody off the Rams roster, it would be Puka Nacua because he does exactly what the Saints need on the offense in terms of wide receiver. He's a big-bodied guy, makes a lot of athletic plays. He's physical, and I really like what he can do. But I will give a lot of credit to Marquez Valdes-Scantling as well, because if we could pull up his stats as well, I thought he was really good. I thought he was effective in the limited action he got. Marquez Valdes-Scantling, the legend continues with him. He was targeted today 3 times. He had 2 receptions, 36 yards in total, 1 first down, 1 touchdown. He was absolutely electric. And I also want to show love to Kevin Austin Jr. 3 receptions on 3 targets, 31 yards. Every single pass that guy has caught as a New Orleans Saint has been a first down. That is called doing what you need to do to make a roster spot and to earn the ability to return to this roster and be an active part of the game day roster every single week. MVS, Kevin Austin Jr., big bright spots today, although the offensive line got beat. Trevor Penning making some stupid mistakes, getting some penalties. Talisa Fuaga struggles a little bit today. He had some penalties. Jared Verse feasted as exactly what I thought was going to happen. What's frustrating the most is that this team was coming off a bye. Jeez, I'm fucking dying over here. What's really frustrating for me is that this team was coming off a bye, and Darren Rizzi just laid an egg. The play calling got stale. There was no confidence in it. There was no creativity. I know Taysom Hill got hurt. That didn't make things any easier, but look, I know that all these guys are hurt. I know all this team has been decimated by injuries. At some point, we got to stop. We just got to stop giving it the injury excuse. Just figure it out. Figure it out, man. Win the game or lose the game. Figure it out. It just sucks. Everyone's dealing with injuries. We're at week 13 in the league. Everyone's banged up. Everyone's bruised. Everyone's broken. Everyone's hurt. I don't know, man. This is the first game where I was just really confused about what Darren Rizzi was doing. It didn't feel like these guys came ready to play. I mean, off the start, things were really going well for the Saints. They were controlling the clock. They were moving the ball well. They were stopping the Rams. I mean, it was a 6-0 gain at halftime. And then the Saints, which for the record, scored their first 2-point conversion through the air since 2018. Interesting stat. It's a real stat, but it's interesting nonetheless. You get a 2-point conversion to make this a 1-possession game, and then just nothing happens. So, unfortunately, the New Orleans Saints, well, actually, to tie the game, and then the Rams went ahead and took the lead, and you just weren't able to do anything. But Saints lose. This one really hurt my confidence in Darren Rizzi. I thought he's been really good as the head coach so far, but, this was a clear indication. Sean McVay massively outcoached Darren Rizzi. Just how it happened, and there you go. So, Who Dat Nation, we had over 45,000 people tune into the watch party. I really appreciate all of you for hanging out with us. We're able to add to our family of almost 40,000 subscribers. If you want to get more Saints videos, more coverage by Saints fans for Saints fans. I know I'm a little doom and gloom right now. I'm very passionate about this team, and I'm really doing my best to try and censor some of my thoughts and some of my words so that way I don't get, a copy or not a copyright, get a strike on my channel for saying some bad words and blowing up on players and coaches, and that's the last thing I want to do. But I'm a fan first. I'm frustrated. I'm going to get off this live show, and I'm going to get off this watch party, and I'm going to go home, and I'm going to be mad. I'm a fan of this team, and through thick and thin, I'm going to be here. I hope you will be here as well. This offseason, there's going to be a lot of things changing. I already put out a video about cutting Derek Carr. Maybe it happens. Maybe it doesn't. Posted it yesterday. It's linked in the comments and description of this video. This just, I hate that we lost this game. I hate it. But Saints fans, I do not hate you. I do appreciate you for hanging out, rocking and rolling with us and tuning into the watch party. Who Dat Nation, y'all stay golden. Unfortunately, Saints lose, but we'll see you next time.